What's up, everybody? It's your boy Will Carter, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you guys are brand new here, we all welcome you to my channel. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn that bell notification icon on so that you get alerted each and every time I make an upload. And if you guys want to keep up with me off of YouTube, make sure you follow me on all my social media pages, Instagram and Twitter at I'm Will Carter, IMWILLCARTER. All links to my social media will be linked down in the description box below. Before we get started with the video, I want to give a huge thanks to all the new subscribers I got off of my last video. I'm literally like so close to 100 subscribers, and that was like my first YouTube milestone, and we're so close. We're basically knocking on her door. I got so many views, so many likes, comments, engagements and interactions with everyone, and of course so many new subscribers. Again, we are knocking on 100's door, so thank you guys so much. This motivates me to want to keep making more videos, so the momentum is strong, bitch. Today's video is like a direct sequel from my last video, because everyone who makes concrete vessels or thinking about making their own concrete vessels for candles, we all know that the drama is surrounding the sealants. So I want to start off by talking about the sealants that I see a lot of other people use that I myself personally have not used, starting with the Minwax. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I know it's by Minwax. I mean, trust me, you know it because we're here. You know what I'm talking about. This is the sealant that I see used the most on YouTube, the Facebook groups. This is just like the go-to, like, girl, get out of here. I have very negative opinions about the Minwax sealant because someone from the Minwax brand actually reached out and responded to an email stating that they do not recommend their product used for candle making at all. And yet, there's still so many people who are using this sealant, and I just can't understand why. Well, I know who I'm definitely not buying a candle from, bitch. I just don't understand how you could be okay with using a sealant that is clearly not safe to use as per the Minwax brand's instructions. Oh, well, we're making soy candles, or we're making like eco-friendly candles and safe, and then it's like, well, doesn't that just defeat the whole purpose? Because how you gonna say your candles are natural but you're putting harmful stuff in your natural candles? I mean, like, make that make sense. Another brand that I see very often is the Rutland brands. Now, they also came out and replied to some emails that were going out to them asking if their products was safe to use for candles, and they actually replied and said that it was. However, I don't believe it. I can't remember verbatim what the screenshot of the email said, but the representative of Rutland said something along the lines of like,
"Wow, I can't believe how many people have been emailing us asking if our product is safe to use for candles.
Enter, enter, enter.
Yes, you can definitely use it."
Okay, that's where you lost me. You gotta understand how businesses work. Businesses are in the business to make money, and if they see a market where they can market their products to, of course they're gonna say, yes, you can use our products. Like, that's the way I took the email. It's not. I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going on, but that's how I took it. It's like,
okay, we could get a check off of these candle making hoes, so tell them hoes yes.
but you can choose to believe it if you want. I want to buy candles. I want to support other candle makers, but this makes me not want to buy candles from someone who are using concrete vessels because A, they're either blatantly using stuff that's not safe, or they're not telling you what they're using, so you don't even know if it's safe or not. And to me, the risk is not worth it. Sorry, it's just not. This is all just my opinion. This is not a fact, except for the Minwax. That's definitely a fact because they came out and factually said not to factually use it, so that's a fact. So if I'm not down with the get down with the Minwax or the Rutlands, then what's he down with? One option that I am playing around with is actually not using a sealant at all. We know that we're using our sealants to protect our vessels from the seepage. However, I have been making candles inside of my vessels for weeks, and I don't know, I don't experience any seepage. I don't know what it is I'm doing, but I don't get seepage. Now, I'm not saying that it's never gonna happen to me or that it can't happen to me. I hope it doesn't, but I'm gonna use the sealant anyway, just because I don't want to even run that risk. I do want to say that like the concrete definitely is soaking up product for sure, because you immediately can see discoloration inside, and you see that immediately from pouring, that it automatically starts soaking it up. Now it may not seep on the other side, but you do get discoloration on the inside. I think you should still use a sealant anyway, because why run the risk of the seepage happening, right? Even if you're not noticing it in your unsealed vessels, I think you should use it anyway. I want to talk about a sealant that I did experiment with, which is the polyurethane. I got this the same exact day that I bought my cement from Home Depot. So at this time, I didn't really know that there were dangers associated with certain sealants. Initially, I was looking for the Minwax, but Home Depot told me that they weren't carrying the Minwax anymore, and that this was literally the next best thing. Like this is basically her sister. When I started to do more research on sealants and find out that there are dangers with sealants, I started to read the warning, and I actually want to insert a photo right here that I took where it says on the warning sections, keep away from heat and flame. I mean, I just feel like it don't get no more clearer than that. She says it on the warnings. So I'm definitely not fucking using this. I still made a candle with the polyurethane just to see how the application was gonna be. I am not burning this. As soon as this video is done, she's going in the garbage. For those who are thinking that they still want to use the polyurethane, I will say that it went on really smoothly. It does give it a really nice shine that I liked. Not as shiny as if you would have used like a gloss paint or something, but it definitely does shine up your vessels a little bit more. I thought my vessels was a little shiny to begin with, but it definitely gave it a better shine. Wicking was easy. However, I did notice, and as you guys can see here, you can see the black ring. That is the product being soaked up. So I'm thinking that I didn't use enough of the polyurethane because I only used one coat of this. I think that there are certain areas that didn't soak up as much as others. So that does tell me that it does work. I just needed more coats with the polyurethane. So you could still use it, but not me, so bitch, bye. Ooh. The last sealant that I'm going to talk about is the one that I am actively using and have been using since I first got it, and that is the Clark Stone and Concrete Wax. I discovered this sealant on Facebook. Someone went in the Facebook groups and recommended this to everybody, and I thought that this was the perfect fit for me because it's all natural and I want my candles to be as clean as possible, so this is the one that I use currently. Despite me using it, I gotta be honest, it's not without its imperfections though. I feel like because it doesn't have like all the chemicals that all the other stuff has, you know, it doesn't perform as, it's not as powerful as a sealant as some of the other ones. The Clark's sealer darkens your vessel. So as you guys can see, this is with the Clark sealant, and this is one with no sealer. And I don't know how that's reading on camera, but this one without the sealer is definitely lighter than the Clark sealer. Another problem with the Clark sealer is I had a lot of trouble securing my wick to the bottom. I think I went through like 7 or 8 wick stickers before I got one to stick, and I only got it to stick after I wiped the inside down 5 times with peroxide and then attacked the bottom of it with the heat gun on like high power and then quickly attached the wick to the bottom. And I shouldn't have to do all that just to wick it, so I might have to either figure out a better way to wick them, like hot glue or the RTV. I mean, I don't know yet. I did manage to get the wick stickers to work, but just to keep in mind, you might have some trouble with wick stickers with the Clark sealer. I feel like because the Clark sealer is an all natural product and it doesn't have all those extra chemicals in it to make it work better and more powerful, is I still get that discoloration on the inside, which again is the soaking up of the product. It definitely does work. I know that it works for sure because if you can see the inside, I hope you guys can see that, one side of it has very little discoloration and another side has a lot of discoloration. So that says to me that it definitely does work. I have to be honest, I really didn't give it a lot of time. After I applied the 3rd coat, I just waited 30 minutes for it to dry and then I put the wax in. Maybe I should have waited like a full 24 hours or just like overnight before I started putting wax in it. It could be that. Or I might have not just evenly distributed the wax around the entire vessel. It could be that, it could be me. I'm gonna try it again and see how it works. But I do know that it does work just because my wax was not soaked up in certain areas of the vessel. I feel like even though it does work, I feel like that discoloration that you get on the inside is something that like it's gonna happen no matter what. Like I feel like maybe you can like reduce it, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to totally eliminate that discoloring that happens after you pour your wax in. So one thing you can do to like avoid any of that discoloration is by painting the insides of your vessel, because with the paint, you're not gonna see the discoloration. It doesn't happen on top of the paint. I still don't recommend doing this for the same reasons why I don't recommend you use like all this other product, is because you don't know what the fumes of that paint is putting up into the air, and you don't know what type of health hazard that is, so I don't recommend doing that. I only recommend painting the outsides, but not the insides. But again, I just want to provide options for you, and you decide what you think is best for you. But I'm not burning this bitch. This was just for y'all. If I can just reduce that discoloration by applying it better and letting it sit overnight before I put wax in it, that's okay for me. I don't mind the amount of discoloration. I'm more concerned with how the outside performs rather than the insides. Again, it just depends on you, but for me, this is definitely the choice for me. Even if I never can eliminate that discoloration on the inside, that doesn't really bother me. I'm more concerned with the seepage. Again, I wasn't getting seepage regardless, but if I'm gonna use something to just prevent it in case it does happen, this is my go-to. So in closing, I am not down with the Minwax, I'm not down with the Rutlands, and I for damn sure ain't down with the polyurethane, because she specifically told you not to expose the heat and flame. So I ain't down with the get down. However, I am down with Clark's stone and concrete wax. And now that we have arrived here to the end of this video, don't forget guys, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell notification icon on, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section down below with your thoughts on sealants, and also don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm waiting for you there. And with that being said, I hope all of you beautiful people have a beautiful good morning, a beautiful good afternoon, and a beautiful good night, whatever part in the world you are in. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next video.